Okay, today I'm just doing what I think is kind of like a little funny video. I kind of wanted to do it for a while, but I haven't got to it. I'm doing a comparison of the Nintendo 3DS and the Nintendo Virtual Boy. Now, as most of us know, the Virtual Boy was Nintendo's, well, in a way it's not, but because the Famicom had 3D glasses, but Nintendo's first 3D video game system. And then now you got your 3DS, which is Nintendo's second and latest attempt at 3D, which is, they say, is doing a lot better than the Virtual Boy did. Now the Virtual Boy only sold around 700,000 units, and at the making of this video, the 3DS has already sold several million units, like 4 million in Japan alone, whereas the Virtual Boy, like I said, only sold like 750,000 worldwide. So yeah, that's not too good. The Virtual Boy actually was only released in North America and Japan too. It wasn't released in Europe, I don't believe. Okay, so first off, I guess I will compare the games. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, so right now we got the Virtual Boy games out right now. I only have 3 of the games, I believe. I think this is all the games. Oh, actually, I lied. I have more Virtual Boy games, but they're put up right now because they're sealed. I have Mario Clash and Waterworld, but both are sealed and they're put away right now, so I can't get them out. So let's just show off the cartridges then. The cartridges are unique because I haven't seen another portable system besides, I guess, yeah, I haven't seen one where it uses the little pins at the bottom. Let's see if it'll focus. Come on. Focus. Well, you just gotta believe me, there's like a bunch of little pins at the bottom. Sort of like on PCI. No. What are those things called again? Well, I can't remember what they're called right now for some reason, but those cards you plug in those little ports on the side of like laptops and stuff for added ability. It has the bottom little pinholes just like that. Now here, you can't really tell what the size of these are because they're actually kind of big. So let's see. Here's a Virtual Boy game, and here's a Game Boy game. Now let's see. Game Boy games are pretty big, but the Virtual Boy game is bigger. However, the Virtual Boy game is slightly thinner, and the dropped it. Virtual Boy game is slightly taller just because of this black thing right there. Now let's compare it to a 3DS game that you would usually see. Yeah, the Virtual Boy game is quite a bit larger, thicker. Yeah, it's just a lot bigger. Okay, so moving along, I'm going to compare the systems next. First, I will start with the Virtual Boy, since most of you probably already know what a 3DS looks like. I'll still go over it briefly. So the Virtual Boy has a controller that unplugs and also stores the batteries. Probably would have been a better idea for them to put the battery compartment in the system, because it makes the controller quite heavy, because this controller is like a lot heavier with 6 AA batteries in it than the 3DS is. So here's the controller. You got your A, B button, start, and select, which is kind of odd how they designed that. Then you got 2 D-pads, which I believe is only used in, I want to say, 2 games. Red Alarm doesn't use both. Right, yeah, Red Alarm, I believe, uses both D-pads. The boxing game for the Virtual Boy, and the Tetris game, yeah. Okay, so here's the controller. Feels pretty good, actually. Then you got your shoulder buttons in the back, which are like triggers. Looks like a gun or something, I don't know. So yeah, here's the back. Not much. Says Virtual Boy in the front. And moving along to the system. Oh, let me just show you the plug. Here's the plug at the end. Plugs into the bottom of the system. Not too fancy. Okay. So moving along to the system. The system, as you can see, is on a stand, which you use to stand it up, yeah. And then you move the stand around, depending on where your head is. Then there's the Virtual Boy logo in the back. Here's the side of the system. Other side is exactly the same, so I won't show it. The top, there's focus. This focuses the system in and out. Then actually, this is backwards, but it says the IPD. Yeah, IPD. I do not know what that does. And then you got two just little decorations right there, I guess. Then here's the front. Put your eyes in there, and you look. So that's the system. I have to say, it looks pretty cool, I think. It's probably one of the stranger looking systems. I like the design. I actually like it a lot. It's pretty cool, futuristic, red and black, because the screen is red and black if you don't know. Next, moving along to the 3DS. Okay, now this is the 3DS. If you don't know, this has a case on it, so it's a little bit thicker. On this side, you got your wireless on and off switch. Here's the other side. The back, you got your infrared port, which is used for a couple things. Like, it's used for that new Spyro the Dragon game where you put those things, I don't know, whatever they are. You put them on some little thing. It connects to the infrared port basically, and the new when the dual slide pad thing comes out in the US, it uses that also. Indicator light right there. Okay, now let's open it up. Very, very reflective. Okay, here's the system. You got your home, select and start buttons, your power button, your A, B, X, Y, yep. Your D-pad, which is pretty good. Slide pad, which is good. Shoulder buttons. Then here's the top screen. You got your 3D slider right here. Your speakers and your camera. And I didn't show it, you have two cameras in the back. System's pretty good. Not too heavy. And yeah, so it's pretty good. Okay, now we're going to do gameplay. Sorry for the crudeness, but it's quite difficult to shoot footage of the Virtual Boy running. I had to start it off so I could focus it, so let's go. Virtual Boy, automatic pause. Yep, I had to move it up. There you go, Mario's Tennis. Can't get it all in one shot, unfortunately. Well, maybe I could, let me see. Oops. Yeah. That looks okay. Okay. So, Mario's Tennis. This is just one example of a game. The most common game, probably, since it came with every system. Oh. So you start. The game's pretty good, actually. Unfortunately, you can't see the 3D, but actually, the 3D is pretty good. Even though it's just in red and black. The game's pretty good. Good Mario Tennis. The graphics were portable for 95. Pretty good. It would have been a lot better if it was in color, but I heard that they tried to make it in color or something, but the color screens at the time didn't have a fast enough refresh rate or something, so it just gave it everything like a double. Yeah, now the camera's going out of focus, which is bad. So I'll move to the next game. Oops. Okay, sorry that the camera is a little bit messed up, crooked. But it's as good as I could get it. Okay, so now is Red Alarm. This will be the second to last, the last Virtual Boy game I show. And let's start it off. Zoom out a little, zoomed in a little too much. There you go. On, automatic pause, whatever. In 3D, this looks pretty good, actually. Okay, let's start. This game is actually pretty fun. I used to play this a lot. Wow, I can't. It's hard to play this like and look into the camera. If you hear a humming on the camera, on the video, it's because the Virtual Boy uses motors to spin around mirrors to make the 3D effect. So that's what that is, if you're wondering. If it even shows up on the camera, I don't know. I could hear it down here though, so you probably can. This game gets very hard. I wish it had like textures, because it's hard to tell where you're going sometimes. This game actually has pretty good stereo sound. You can't tell though on the Mono YouTube though. Mono. Okay, well, that's probably good about this. I'll just show you 3DS and then talk about my final thoughts. Okay. Now showing off some 3DS footage. As one would expect, since this is released several years later, many years later, graphics are quite a bit better, screen's better, and yeah, can't show it in 3D like the Virtual Boy, because otherwise it was all crazy like. So, let's just show off some footage. This is like really a horrible comparison, because the 3DS of course is gonna destroy the Virtual Boy. Let's just go to this level. This is hard to play looking through the camera with this all weird like. So yeah, that's about it for 3DS gameplay. So let's just do my final remarks. Okay, the Virtual Boy and the 3DS. Both I say are pretty good systems. The Virtual Boy is really underrated. It has some good games. The 3D is pretty good. You could actually really feel a sense of depth, especially in games like Red Alarm. And the 3DS is good also. The Virtual Boy is a good system if you just like, if you're a collector and you like all the Nintendo systems, it's pretty good. If you like 3D things, then it's pretty cool too. The 3DS is good if you like modern stuff. You like your ports of your good games like Zelda, Star Fox 64. The Virtual Boy also has a Mario game, Mario Clash. Sort of like the old Mario Brothers arcade game with 3D facelift, but not in color either, well besides red. It has a Wario game, Red Alarm's pretty good games, you got Tetris, Water World, which is horrible, a few other good games. Most of them aren't too expensive. Water World and Jack Brothers, though, it will cost you quite a bit of money. 3DS is good. Both systems overall are really good. Recommend buying both. Thanks for watching.